Hello everyone, it's Amy and welcome back for part 2 of our Journaling on a Budget Extra lap book. And so what we're going to do in this one right now is we are going to reinforce the spines where we removed the paper to continue building on the structure of our lap book. And these videos, I'm not so sure exactly how long I'm going to make them. They might all be, like just fairly short little bits, just to kind of get you to the next point on each one. But what I have done is I have cut a piece of cardboard, and this is just, I think, out of a picture frame or something. I just cut a piece of cardboard 1 1/8 inches thick, which is about as wide as my spine. And I cut one for each side. And I'm going to glue them in with wet glue. I'm going to use Fabri-Tac, and you can use Tacky Glue, Elmer's glue, anything that you want to. And then I'm going to put fabric on top of it to hold it in even better. So now, depending on how your pages came out, both of these cardboards that I have are cut exactly the same size, but one of them fits almost with a little bit of room to spare, and the other one fits fairly tightly. So even though they're the same book and they're cut the same size, that is just how they worked out. So we're just going to get that in there, and you wind up with all these little extra bits and everything, and that is why I am going to put a piece of fabric on top, because that will just really kind of hold everything together. And I did this one just the opposite of the other one, so you can see you can do it either way. You can put the glue on the book or you can put the glue on your cardboard. It doesn't matter. And now this one's not fitting as tight as it was the last time I tried to put it in here. So there we go. Now we've got that in there for reinforcement, and I am going to take a piece of our carpet tape, and this fabric is a little bit bigger than the carpet tape on each side, so that way it'll cover it up completely. And I'm going to put a piece of carpet tape on here, and I'm going to cut it and put it on, because I want to kind of try and catch these extra little flappy bits if I can. If I don't catch them with this, they'll be caught with the fabric. So there we go. Just get that pressed in there really well. And we'll get that piece of fabric on here. Now, the one thing when I made my first lap book was kind of getting ahead of myself as far as like decorating the back pages. And because I decorated them, and then when I went to do the next step, then I was covering it up. So I'm trying to be careful not to do that. But that very possibly may happen. I may say, okay, we're gonna cover this now, and then we get to another step and go, oh, okay, well, we've already covered that, but now we're going to cover it again. So they're really just, because it's not planned out completely from the beginning, this has not been really planned out at all. I made one following Nick the Booksmith's instruction, and that is the only one I've ever made. So, and they don't have to be the same. And the one that I made was not exactly like hers, because I thought I saw it one way, and then when I went back, it was like, oh, she did that different than I did. I thought it was like this or like that, but it doesn't matter because it turned out just how I want it. I mean, they turn out perfect anyways. So I want to make sure that I'm not sticking out over my book, because that tape really is quite sticky. Okay, that looks pretty good. And now I'm going to put the fabric in here to hold this. And then I think I'm going to do something with the front flaps that we left on there. Whether they'll stay in the end, I don't know. But it was something I was thinking of, and I thought, oh, I think I'm going to go ahead and do that right now while I'm thinking of it. And if I cover it up later or have to take it out later, then I just do. So, but I'm just going to, I didn't want, this is the edge from the store where it's all perfect, and I wanted it ripped, so I was just removing that, if it will let go of me. And then I'm just going to take this, and I am going to let it stick up a little bit. Just kind of center that and put that on there. There we go. And we're just trying to get a nice solid structure. I'm going to come down about a ½ inch or so and rip this one off. And do the same thing over here. I hope that was on screen. I wasn't even looking. So the biggest thing about the lap books is they're big and they're bulky. Sometimes they like to just get in your way. There we go. And we just put a piece of fabric over here. Trying to think if I want this part that's curled up or down. I'm going to leave it curled up. I need to leave a little bit stick out the top and the bottom. I don't need to. I want to. And there we go. Leave a little bit down here on the end. And so now we have those in there and they're solid. Now I need to look at this that we left in here. And we're going to attach things into this spine. But I think what I'm going to do is fold, because I left these two pieces. And if your book they didn't stay in, that's totally fine. You can attach something if you want to. I wouldn't do it right now maybe, because I don't even know if we're going to keep these or not. But I was just kind of thinking that they would make a nice little pocket. So that I would just fold that in half and turn that into a pocket. A little bit of glue on here, just to keep the fold, and then a little along each edge. And there we go. And the thing is, we're making our lap book. We're just, I don't know, I want to say winging it, because I kind of think about it ahead of time, but because there are so many compartments to these, that something that you do now, later on, just may not quite work for you. You may think, okay, I don't like that now, or that's in my way. So just remember that. Don't totally fall in love with something that to where if something happens and you have to cover it up a little bit or something, it's going to disappoint you too much. So, so now we have a pocket here, and I'm going to do the same thing on this side. We have our first pockets of the lap book, because that's what they're all about. Pockets, flip outs, just all sorts of additions. Very interactive books. And like I said, I really did. First time I've ever used a journal, and I didn't use it as much as I could have, because once we got to our daughters, we were so busy, I really didn't use it much. But I did use it on the way down. I did use it on the way back, and I do have some notes and everything in there to, finish putting in different spots. So it really was pretty good, since I never have used a journal before. And this one I actually did use, because it was easy to use and it was fun to use. So I'm just going to put a little glue on here. And there we go. Now we have a pocket in the front and a pocket in the back, which technically winds up being a pocket in the middle and a pocket in the middle, because there's that one, because this is a lap book. So our one in the front and our one in the back wind up being pockets in the middle. Which is another thing. Sometimes you think, oh yeah, this will look, this is going to be in the back or whatever, and it winds up in the front because of the way you fold it up. So there's that one. And if this is too sticky here, no, it's not too sticky right now for me, but if it gets too sticky, you can put a little powder or a little cornstarch in there where that carpet tape is showing a little bit. This will eventually be covered, so long as it doesn't make my book stick together, I'm just going to leave it. But so now we have both spines secured, and we have a pocket in the front and a pocket in the back. And now I'm going to go figure out where we're going to start with actually doing the additions. I think it'll be easiest to start like on one side and kind of work our way through, or maybe start at the middle. I have to figure that out. I will be back with the next video tomorrow. Thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I hope that you all have an outstanding day. Bye-bye.